Glad to know you're still with us on Talking Business. This time we'll be looking at the potentials of renewable energy in Nigeria. I've been joined by an energy expert, Dr. Brighton Sugiwonyi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
So it's good to have you here. There couldn't be a better time to look at renewable energy in Nigeria. Now, a report just came up saying that tariff surged by 58% in Nigeria after the government stopped subsidy of 500 billion naira to the power sector. Now, if you go around town, you find that a lot of persons are substituting for power with generator sets and all of that, but it seems like it's not enough and it's even very expensive. And another report has also looked at the potentials of renewable energy in Nigeria, saying that there is much potential in that sector. You were someone who's into that sector. Can you tell us something about renewable energy in Nigeria and how it can fit in at this time where there's so much energy crisis in Nigeria?
Yeah, you see, the first thing is the government seems to have their own policies as regarding hydroelectric power generation, which Nigerians believe and are seen to be very unfriendly. You pumped in some billions of naira into the same energy sector. Now, the increase in the tariffs has been coming here and there, has been increasing here and there. Now it becomes like we don't actually know where we are in terms of hydroelectric power generations. But what do we do if not to look for alternatives? Now, looking at the renewable energies, alternative to hydroelectricity power generations, it has come to stay. Because it now seems like the youth and the citizens in general don't have a choice in this matter. You will agree with me that people are into solar energy generation, renewable energy, wind energy. We have different kinds of energy generation, even nuclear energy. We have a new one too, biogas technology and all that. Now, power is expensive. Is the gospel truth. Anywhere in the world, power is not cheap. Power looks like a luxury. The only good thing about an advanced society is that they will give you power, you will use it, but you will pay for what you are using. But in Africa, especially Nigeria, you won't see the power, but you will be charged for it. Then you will start having people having problems with estimated billings. You will hear policies like, we don't want you to go into, we don't want the various discos to go into what they call it, estimated billing, that there is enough meters. You will go back to the same disco, they will tell you meter is not available, even when you even try to pay. The same people will come up again and say you are not supposed to pay for it. Then tomorrow, how do you get it? Now, it's a society.
There's so much back and forth.
There's so much back and forth. It's a society where the masses are being crushed to accept things the way they are, and it's like as if we don't have right for complaint. Now, renewable energy wouldn't have been necessary if we had constant power. Take a look at Ghana. Let's forget about advanced society. Take a look at Ghana. I traveled to Ghana to see what they are doing about their energy generation, and I discovered that they have constant, uninterrupted power supply. This is Ghana. This is West Africa. It's just so close to us. Can't we copy what they did, the policies they applied that made their own to work?
Now, talking about Ghana now, what is the constant electricity generated from? Is it hydropower or renewable energy?
It's hydro. It's hydroelectricity power generation that is constant in Ghana. Okay. When I take a look at Nigeria's own, I was not like, the problems we're having here is, apart from government policies here and there, the generation of the power is a problem. To transmit it is another problem. Getting now to distribution is another problem. Then too many insincerity. Now let me give you a guide. it looks as if what we have in the generation transmission lines are more of what the colonial masters did and left with us. We are not even trying our best to see how we can take it to top-notch modern day facilities.
So there's a problem of obsolete equipment.
There's a problem of obsolete equipment, of course. Now, they will generate power. They will start complaining that the transmission lines are not adequate enough to take exactly what was generated to distribution. Now you get to distribution, the problem again is communities are expanding. People are buying fans, buying TV, buying ACs. Ideally, transformer that was installed in this community every 10 to 15, 20 years up to be upgraded to something bigger.
Okay.
Because the community keep expanding.
Okay.
Now, you will now see a society where communities expanding, the transformer is too small. People will be forced to contribute money now to buy the transformer. Then for this goes to come back again to switch it on. They will give you some charges again. Then they will tell you later that that transformer is not your property. It belongs again to the various discos. Then you build your house. You need power in the house. You will go and buy pole. You will buy pole. You will draw the wire. Somebody will come again to tell you tomorrow that that wire, that pole is not your property. Then communities will, okay, the same transformers will develop for, they will say, oh, that transformer is too old, or you're supposed to have this kind of KVA. Then you gather money again, the society, the community squeeze themselves to get what was not recommended.
So maintenance is also a problem.
Maintenance is another problem. Then that is where, because of this insincerity in the renewable energy generation aspect, we are into sales of inverter and the rest. Now look at the challenges. You will now find a customer. After going to this customer's house, I will use the word even religious people. I don't want to say whether the customer is a Muslim, pagan, or a Christian. I will use the word religious persons.
Okay.
You will even go to their own house. You want to install solar, believing the fact that the person is tired of the complaint from hydroelectric power generation. They want to now use solar panels as renewable source of power, energy, and the rest. You go there, you take an audit of the feasibility study of the actual energy consumption of the various electronics in that person's house. Maybe fan, TV, ACs, borehole, as the case may be, refrigerator or deep freezer. Then you are looking at the same customer who has maybe a prepaid meter.
Okay.
Your mind is like, this is the source of power, the input coming from public generation. Don't forget that even if you install the solar panels, for the panels to charge the battery through the solar charge controller, you may find a customer who may not have enough money to buy as much solar panel as that is needed to get 24 hours constant light on the said selected electronics. Okay. The person will still buy maybe few panel and still hope that if I have public power coming in between, I can charge these inverter deep cycle batteries to use later. Now you have installed it. The next thing they will call you is that your inverter has developed fault. It is damaged. You will now come back again. I thought I did a proper audit of the energy consumption rate. Okay, let me go into the CILI to find out why will there be public power restoration and this product will develop fault. Only for you to go into the CILI, you will start seeing that that prepaid meter that you thought was the source of the power generation is not actually the only source of power. That this customer has gone back to bypass that same prepaid meter you are looking at inside the CILI. So
energy theft on the part of the consumer.
Energy theft on the part of the consumer, but who do we blame when they keep seeing policies that looks like gamble? Then you will not start telling the religious person, but I thought this is the source of power supply to this place. They will tell you, leave her like that. Do her the way you see her. Then it becomes another challenge. Okay. Then you now see people who have renewable energy still having problems because the source in which they want to use to charge those batteries, they are trying not to pay for it, and which is bad. But who do we blame? Now, let us take a look at Nigeria as a case study. Take a look at the northern part of this country. Oh my God. The sun intensity in the northern part of Nigeria is so much that even we have nearby deserts around. Putting solar panels in those regions is enough to generate power that Nigerians cannot consume.
Okay, so taking it from there now, you just mentioned the northern region where there's so much of sunshine that can power solar panels. Now, is it possible to embrace renewable energy on a full scale instead of it being at an individual level where people just substitute for hydropower with renewable energy? Maybe using solar power widespread.
Let me give an example. Go to Florida, United States of America. I'm talking about Florida specifically. How do they get their power? It's solar panels. It's renewable energy. I'm talking about the state of Florida in the United States.
Okay.
These are not rocket science. Go to other advanced countries. There are countries that use nuclear energy to supply power. There are countries that have wind energy to supply power. There are countries that also uses this new one that we are trying to develop now, which is called Biogas Technology.
Okay.
See, Biogas Technology, to me, if you ask me as an energy expert, it is a perfect replacement of hydroelectric power generation, even solar panels.
Is it workable here? Is this something that we can do?
Of course. Now let me explain how it will work. Biogas technology is a technology where waste is being converted to energy. And we are all humans. Humans must make waste. As long as you are alive, you are healthy, you eat food, you must make waste.
Okay.
You will poo-poo or what have you, you must have physics in your sock away. We are on telly now, so I want to use some words to describe it. I'm talking about human waste.
Okay.
Now, see, the biodegradable end product of human waste is the production of methane gas or hydrogen sulfide gas. The biogas machines is designed to, you just connect a pipe straight to your sock away. Then it sucks the hydrogen sulfide gas or methane gas, convert it to energy. Get it clear. The energy that is going to be converted is 2.
Okay.
It will be able to convert energy that will power your fan, lights, TV, AC, borehole, deep freezers, and what have you. It will still be able to generate enough gas for your cooking. See, this normal LNG gas we see, we use here and there for cooking, is highly inflammable.
Okay.
If you have gas spillage in your kitchen or your pipe and you mistakenly switch on a lighting source or you on a lighter or matches, that house will not only burn down, the individual person will be burnt beyond recognition. Sometimes you will have what we call in medical field, because I'm also a medical doctor.
Yes, I know.
You will have what we call first degree burn, where you will see the possibility of the person's survival is almost 10%.
So it comes with a lot of risk.
It comes with a lot of risk. But the biogas technology, because it's a technology that is coming from hydrogen sulfide gas or methane gas from human waste, is not as inflammable as the normal cooking gas.
Okay.
Then the way you will, if for example maybe there is a leakage or a breakage of the pipe, how you will know is that you will start perceiving the smell of poo-poo or fecal matter in your kitchen.
So you know there's a leak somewhere.
Then you will know there's a leak somewhere. Then the energy generation aspect of it it will take your household electronics. So it's a perfect alternative to hydroelectricity and renewable energy using solar panel. Let me tell you why I use that word. I've been into the sales of inverter, battery, solar panel, what have you, for some years. So I have seen what they call feedback effect, meaning you sell to customers, you watch customers' reactions, you go back again as a research establishment to re-improve on the former product and release something workable or something that they may prefer. In course of that, I discovered that the deep cycle inverter batteries cannot last forever. Depend on the rate at which you drain the batteries before you recharge them. You will reduce the cycle life of the battery. So it's possible for you to finish the cycle life of a deep cycle battery in 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years, as the case may be.
So then you would need a total replacement.
Then you need a total replacement. Then, for a customer that have 8 batteries, or 6 batteries, or 10 batteries, or 20 batteries, you are not telling that person that these deep cycle batteries are imported into the country. We rarely find people who have expensive laboratories to produce them here. Even in my company, what we even do is our batteries are produced in China according to our own company specifications. But they are recommended and certified by Standard Organization of Nigeria for sales. That doesn't mean that the battery will still work forever. Now, if a client is going to replace 10 battery, 8 battery after 2 years or 3 years or 1 year, the price of the battery will be affected by the inflation at that time and exchange rate.
So it's going to be more expensive.
Of dollar to naira exchange rate. As at yesterday, dollar was already getting over 610 naira to a dollar. Then, government policies again. You go to war right now as we speak. Right now, import duty tariff has been increased. People who are into sales of cars and what have you, electronics and what have you, are in a fix. Trying now to clear their goods, they are in a fix. The government now has brought a new policy and increased the import duty clearance tariff. Now, if you don't even clear it within a particular time, your goods will go into what they call demurrage. You will pay more money or they will seize it at the end of the day. Then now, who is the body going to fall on?
The end user.
Is it not the end user? Okay. Now, when it falls on the end users, you will now see a client to now replace that 8 battery, 10 batteries, even 4 batteries or 20 batteries. By the time they calculate it, you will see the frustration.
Yeah, and even the discouragement that comes along with it. So which is more cost effective for us to have constant power supply? In adopting renewable energy, you've mentioned the challenges with even using solar power, and you've also talked about how we can use biogas to generate power. Now, looking at this too, you mentioned also using winds to generate power. Do we have that technology available? And if we do, which is more cost effective amongst all these types of renewable energy to adopt?
To me, the biogas technology is the way to go. Is the way to go because you won't have to be spending that bulk money on maintenance. However, there are things that Nigerians must do to be able to get maximum benefit from that human waste. For example, the kind of, if you want to use a biogas technology, it's not supposed to just suck away, will not be designed the way it is now. You will have to have a special sock away in such a way that it will not be connected to your bedroom. Then the soap or detergent will not be connected to that waste. Then your kitchen, you know, when you're in the kitchen, you use soap to wash plate and what have you, or detergent as the case may be. It will not be connected again to all your spillage during washing of your plate. You must
have different chambers that takes care of different kinds of waste you use that comes from the house.
Thank you. So that is one of the challenge. Then second challenge is it works best for a place where there is a massive waste. Massive waste. Let's say maybe hotel, industries, event centers, churches, where there are influx of people, where there's enough human waste. But
isn't that a challenge in itself, being that it's going to be hard to identify areas where you have large waste, except it's just going to be selected areas. So what happens to small households that also need power? How then would they be able to have power through biogas generation?
Except they adopt these little principles I just explained. And over time, it will get to a point where people will start buying waste. Because this one is simple. Eat your food, eat well, poo-poo, so that you will have light.
But I'm too worried about the sanitary issues that may emanate from this.
There is no environmental pollution whatsoever, provided you have been able to get an expert to do these little chamber designs.
Okay.
Now, you agree with me that even government, they used to come with their own trucks to evacuate people's waste when their socket waste are filled up.
I was thinking about that. Since we have that in place in Nigeria, would it not be best to have evacuation of waste from each household, each centers where they are generated, and have a collective pool for all of that?
That would be fantastic. That's if government is interested in making sure we have the constant power sincerely.
Now, why do you think government has not been interested at renewable energy? Having tried several efforts to make sure that hydropower generation, is at its best in Nigeria, why has government not invested in renewable energy?
In all sincerity to you and to Nigerians, it is the same government who can sincerely answer that kind of questions. Because this same government official travel abroad. They have seen all kinds of energy generations in different countries. So we cannot be teaching them what I believe they know.
Could it be as a result of not having trust in the manpower here to handle such technology?
It is even the manpower or the people who don't even have trust in the government and their policies. Because if the government is sincere and is ready to make things work,
okay,
Nigerians have the brain and the gifted hands to do whatsoever, provided they are being paid as at when due.
Okay. Now, away from government, what about private partnership? Having other business people, come together, collaborating on such venture.
It will be fantastic. But this is a country where it looks like all man for himself. So if you know you have spending too much money on diesel, go and find out the current prices of diesel per liter. If you know you are spending too much money in your establishment and you want to have peace and succor, biogas is the best alternative, provided you have enough human waste to sustain it from time to time.
Now, okay, they say seeing is believing. We're going to wrap up with that. Seeing is believing. Now, for you as an energy expert, having experimented successfully with solar power, do you think if people like yourself go into the production of biogas energy, that it would attract more investors into the sector? Of course.
You see, it will not only attract more investors, it will generate more money for the government.
So what's stopping the development of such energy?
It's not left for government to create awareness.
Now, I'm talking about on a personal level. For you now, who's been doing solar, why can't you go into that? Why can't other persons who have that technology go into the production of biogas energy?
The thing is this.
What are the challenges or the hindrances?
No, I think the only problem why the common man may not be able to go for biogas technology is that initially it's expensive.
Okay.
So you need capital to be able to afford it.
Okay, it's very, very capital intensive.
That is the truth. It's capital intensive when you are setting it up.
Okay.
But if you compare it in the long run, it is far cheaper, better than hydroelectricity or using fuel or diesel to generate power, or using even inverters and batteries to generate power.
Okay. All right, we'll leave it there. We do hope that, in trying to solve the energy crisis in Nigeria, the government and also other private business people would, have a form of collaboration on this, look at other types of renewable energy that will make power available for Nigeria for economic growth. He's mentioned the different kinds of renewable energy that Nigeria can go into and also looked at how cost effective they each can be. Thank you again, Dr. Brighton Sugiwoni, for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Let's hope it gets better for Nigeria as far as energy is concerned and that the economy also becomes better. That's the show today. I am Blessing H. Do enjoy your weekend.